Hello everyone, and welcome back to Global Spec Racing. We're here at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City for round 12 of Tier 4 Season 4. Just me, TRT AdeF1 in the commentary box tonight, but I will assure you this will be a one-off, fingers crossed. We are back for Tier 4 then. Of course, I missed the last race for Tier 4 as well, considering I was at Brands Hatch also. But I believe Soren took the win, further extending his championship margin, further solidifying his, well, as I said, margin at the top of the championship. So then Mexico, as we saw in Tier 3 and Tier 2, we've had some interesting races, especially in Tier 3. Tier 3 was a very, very manic one, which of course saw Sam Steed win. Ahead of, actually we don't know who ahead of yet, because the penalties are still yet to be counted. Across the line comes Clarkson, 16.7. Of course Clarkson was incredibly quick in Tier 3, and he now crosses the line to go fastest. I'm expecting Joe to go faster than that though, but he does. He's not out of the final corner, so that was incredibly unlucky. Navo then invalidates as well. Doc Soren is just going to his lap. Joe is a little bit ahead of him though, so we'll go on board with him as he now comes in towards turn 1. And he invalidates, unfortunately. Here comes the championship leader then. Doc Soren in towards turn 1. 2 and 3. Out of turn 3 he goes now, and on the run down towards the slowest section of the track, turn 4 and 5. Now coming through turn 6. Yeah, I know it's very, very odd for you guys to only have one commentator, but still, it's fine. At least you've got one, to be fair. Through comes Dart Soren then. Through the S section then comes the German. 57.0. This is good. Clarkson going even faster, 16.6. Very good lap times, considering he's on the mediums. He did show some incredible pace in Tier 3, as I said. Out the final corner then comes Soren. He also showed some great pace in Tier 3. Cross line he comes 16.3, goes fastest. But Soren got very unlucky because he got spun out by Clarkson. Or was that Lojovic? I can't remember. It was such a manic race, to be fair. Well, most of you guys probably saw it, so it was. Okay then. I'll see if it's updated in the server, or if I'm going to have to do it manually. Does it not do it anymore? Well, it does, it's just I have to just do everyone. Ping everyone. There we go. So, RJ is unfortunately invalidated at the first couple of corners there. We have 2 new guys in tonight. We have guys with a lot of numbers at the end of their names. Tunnable Sky or Tunable Sky, I don't know how to pronounce that. 32168 and Dugo 2011 4399. As you can tell, I did try to shorten it a little bit there. Here comes Sam the Nick then, 56.9. He's going quickly. Another guy who impressed in Tier 3. Of course, we've got the podium and could even get second if Clarkson gets some post-race penalties, because there were a few antics. Oh, Sam then goes a little bit wide out of the final corner. We know Soren's final corner wasn't great, but it was still better than Sam's. Sam now goes into second. Oh, it's just done it. Double pin. Here comes Dugo now, known as F1 Man in the Discord. He's looking like he's going quickly here. Fastest, 16.2 from the Williams. Done a good opening first impression so far. I don't know why I said opening impression. First impression. RJ now coming through turn 4 and 5. Are there any guys on laps ahead of him? Because Dugo might have gone for another one. Nope, he's in his garage. Sam has spun out. And Prince is behind him. And Logic's behind him. We'll stay on board with RJ then. Oh, but invalidates though. We'll go on board with Logic then in that case. As he now goes down in toward turn 1. Oh, Tunable Sky has left. Getting back in. Apologies if you can hear a little faint sound in the background. I am watching something whilst I'm doing this. Yes, I know. Bad. Oh, so many numbers on his name. Numbers. Ah! Right. Give me a minute, viewers. Give me a sec. Eight, 9 viewers now, a little bit more like it. There we go. Finally now sent. Here comes Logic now. In towards the final corner. Again, he impressed in tier 3. A lot of these tier 4 drivers did actually. He now comes across the line, goes P5. Bit of a messy race though, a little bit like Clarkson. Here comes RJ now through the S section. 57.6, not too bad considering he's on the mediums. Into the same section hairpin. We're now coming out of the same section through Mansell corner. Across the line comes RJ. He now goes P5 17.4, so not too shabby. Joe then has invalidated, as is Daryl. Of course, Daryl is one of the championship contenders, along with Soren. I will get the championship up actually. Now I mention it. Okay. So here's how the championship stands then. Dark Soren leads on 126, ahead of Daryl on 103. Then Sam the Nick is in third on 94. Then, well, Irish, but he's not in the league anymore. He's not in the tier, sorry, anymore. He's in fourth to 79, and then RJ is in fifth on 67. Clarkson then he's 4/10 up, so he's going quickly. Clearly carrying his tier 3 pace over. Out of Mansell corner he comes now then. Gets a much tidier final corner this time. Can he be the first to 15s? Not quite, but it's fasted by 2/10. 16-0 for Clarkson. He now goes to the top. Oh, that was Daryl out. Joe has dropped it through the S section, which is a shame. Is Clarkson going for it again? I think he is. Is he up in the first sector? He is by a 10th. So he could be the first guy in the 15s then. So clearly his tier 3 pace was not a fluke at all. Here comes Hasboomer then. 56.6. He's also going quickly. But of course that has to be expected. He is one of the fastest in tier 4. Now into the final corner he comes. Oh, takes a lot of curb coming through there. Can he get in the 15s? 15.8. He does go fastest. But Clarkson is going to be close to that. He's got to gain about 2/10. Oh, has he run out of fuel? Wait, has he run out of fuel? He hasn't got the fuel light. Very odd. Dark Soren is now coming through the S section. Championship leader. 56.4. That's very quick from Soren. He's probably going to go about the 15.7s here if he can nail this final section of the lap. Of course, he'll want to make up for his disqualification in the tier 3 race. Across the line comes Soren now. 15.5, massively quicker. Quickest by 3/10. Now the times are starting to tumble. And then some. Now it's not a lap. I think it is Sam then. He's matched Soren in the first sector because Soren's second and third sectors were very good. Actually, they were exceptional. Oh, he's matched Soren. 56.6 as well. Where will that put him then? As he now comes to the same section hairpin. Of course, he got third in tier 3. Maybe second. Out of the final corner he comes now. 16.0. He does not manage to jump past Boomer then. Who is first up the row? I think it's Lojovic. Yes, it is. He's 3.5 tenths up on his previous best in the first sector. His personal best wasn't that great, so to speak. Now coming through the S section. It's decent from Lojovic. 56.9, he's only about 3 tenths down on what Soren's done, which would be enough to put him into second at the moment. Lojovic was very impressive in tier 3, on pace-wise at least. Into Mansell, then he comes, across the line he comes. 16.5, he loses a lot of time to Soren in that final sector. Darryl now 28.6 in the first sector. He is further up the road than Prince is. Is Sam on the lap? No, he's not. He is invalidated. Through the S section comes Darryl. Of course, he'll want to try and get a better grip position so he has a better chance of jumping Soren. 56.7, not too bad for the Brit coming into the stadium section. Through stadium section hairpin and now out of the stadium section. Oh, that's a lot. Stadium section a lot of times in that sentence. Cross the line he now comes. 15.8, he does not, he's 4 thousandths off Haas Boomer. Clarkson's up again. Again, I would expect that. Right. Whoa, Clarkson carrying a lot of speed in that section. 56.3. That's very impressive from Clarkson, but of course Soren absolutely shined in this final sector. He's got to make sure he gets it right. He goes a bit wide. Again, that was very questionable track limits from Clarkson. Cross the line he comes. Now is this fastest? Yes, it is. 15.4. Clarkson now to the top. Who is furthest down the track? I think that's Josh, who is on a lap. Is Clarkson going for another one? Nope, he's not. Comes Josh now through 6 and 7. Now through the S section. Got to make sure he does not run wide. A little bit of a lift there. Half a second up in his previous best, but it wasn't that great. So at least get into the 16s. Get anywhere in the 15s, because it's the 15s you really need to be in order to be up there. Out of the final corner he now comes. Across the line, 16.8. Goes P8. That Navet goes very wide. Whoa, he's got all out of shape through the stadium section. Across the line then comes Navek. 9th, 17.1. Tunable Sky then, but he is on the mediums. 18.0. And he is the first one to... But there's only 40 seconds left in the session. There's 40 seconds left in the session. Oh, Darryl's on a really good lap. Unfortunately, he invalidates. Dugo then has retired. Is that in the pit? I think that is. Oh, Sam is invalidated, so he's not going to get another one. Clarkson is very happy with that lap. He is staying in the pits, but will that be a wise decision? We've got a lot of fast runners coming, like Hasboomer, Daryl. No, not Daryl, sorry. Daryl is in the pits for some reason. Perhaps he's just trying to save tyres. Did Lojovic? No, he did not invalidate. Don't know how. Yeah, so Soren's having to going for it as well. Hasboomer then a very impressive first sector. Purple first sector from the American. He's got to make sure he keeps it within those white lines though. He will not get pole if he does not. Oh, he doesn't. Just like I said, you've got to keep within those white lines. Can Soren potentially take it away from Clarkson? He's really the last person who can. Through the S section, now comes the German. It's 2.5 tenths up. It's looking like to be a monster of a lap from Soren, provided the fact these cars get out of the way. But I don't think they're going to be really an interference for him. Into Mansell now comes Soren. Can he take pole position away from Clarkson? Cross the line he comes. Most definitely. 15-2. Soren then takes pole position here in Mexico, ahead of Clarkson and Hasboomer. Then Darrell and Sandanek and Dugo are next with the two Astons in 7th and 8th of Lojovic and Josh. And 9th is Navet, 10th will be RJ, 11th will be Tunable Sky, 12th will be Prince Boy D, and 13th will be Joe, who's the only one not to set a lap. But what a lap that was from Soren at the end to snag the Tier 4 pole position. I swear that was very similar to the Tier 3 pole. Didn't he get like a 15-0 or something? I don't know. Soren then, a pretty dominant pole for Tier 4 standards. Hasboomer and Darrell then 4,000s between each other. That's quite mad. Alright then. I'll check the Tier 3 pole after the race. I say that, I probably won't, but still. Very, very impressive stuff from Soren there to snag it. By 2 tenths as well. Showing why he's the Tier 4 Championship leader. And he extends his lead out again because he gets the pole point. Alright then. Now we wait for the formation lap. 11 viewers, not too bad. Nice to see you. Nice to see you all here. Evening. Right. Well, not evening for everyone. For some of you it'll be afternoon. Or morning. Doesn't matter. Right. Clock now ticking down, ready for our 13 drivers to take to the track. No issues like we had in Tier 2, thankfully. Shot on the line up pole with Clarkson alongside him. Now they go for the formation lap, which of course will be enhanced in F122. I suspect many of you guys have seen. When are we going to get to the broadcast? There it is. There it is. Pit stop strategy at the bottom, powered by AWS. Maybe a 2-stop, depending on how long they can take the tyres. For crying out loud. Sorry, viewers. That thing has stopped working. Into TV, you're just great. You're just great. That pretty much gives away what I've been watching. Alright then. Try and get it back. stop the race. Alright then. So just now coming down in towards the stadium section. Of course, Soren, pretty much anything will be up from his tier 4, from his tier 3 campaign here. And if you didn't see it, viewers, that was because he got disqualified for basically having too many penalties. Yeah, it was not a pretty sight. Here we go. They now lock into position, ready to go here in Mexico. Well, Soren then is further extending out his championship lead. It's now at 24 points. But can he keep on extending it to solidify his championship? Potentially win it in Abu Dhabi, or maybe even Saudi if he gets a good enough run. Come on, Sam. Come on, Sam. All right then, here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in Mexico. It's lights out and away we go, and it's a good start from Soren. It's not a great start from Clarkson. He's already getting swamped by Darrell. Darrell then, just like Harry, has got a great start. They're going 4 wide, going down towards turn 1. But who out of them is going to get there first? I think it's going to be Haas Boomer. Darrell then getting squeezed. Oh, that's RJ. So no, that's Dugo who's gone round, but it's Soren who leads by already a second ahead of Haas Boomer, then Clarkson, then Darrell, then Sandanik and Navik are going side by side into turn 4. Does Sam get that one? He's forcing Navik off the track, which means Joe now tries to dive it up the inside, but not quite able to do so. So now it's Sam in 5th. From Joe in 6th, 7th is Navik, 8th is Lojovic, 9th is Josh, and 10th is Prince. But Soren, they got the ideal start this time. And he is now going on a charge. Navik then is being squeezed out. He's already down almost to the back of the field. And now he is, if RJ sticks up the inside, RJ will spin. As a result of Navik closing the door. We saw a lot of that in tier 3. And you can't be afforded to do that in tier 4 because it will get tougher on it. So Soren then has a decent lead off lap 1. They're actually quite spread out, to be fair, already. We're only on them. Oh, Navik might have had a bit of front wing damage. That might have been why. But they're already starting to spread out. We've only done a lap and a bit. Darrell a bit wide, coming out of turn 3. But he's doing all right so far. Down into turn 4 and 5. Beautiful Sky and Prince Boy D having a bit of a battle, and Sky gets that one, and Dugo also goes up the inside, and he now gets it as well. Yes, he does. But now Haas Boomer is starting to reel in Soren a little bit, but Soren just about keeps out. They've got almost identical errors. Almost nothing split in the top 2 at the moment. Clarkson is starting to reel Haas Boomer back in as well, sorry. Trying to keep it together. A little bit wide from Clarkson coming out of Mansell. He does set fastest lap. There's been a bit of tussling between Sky and Lojovic. Sky's got some good pace now on those mediums. He's now going for Lojovic, going down towards turn 1. This long start-finish straight. Lojovic squeezing right up towards the curb. Sky has to back out of that one, but he gets a good exit off turn 3. Lojovic squeezing him up towards the grass. Does Lojovic squeezing him though? Sky doesn't quite get overtaken by Dugo. I don't think Dugo would go for that one. Dugo gets a good exit though. He's on the softs. And he gets that one. It's almost like Sky let him through. But Dugo gives some very correct track limits coming through. Oh, we got a few penalties already. Are those track limits? Yes, they are. So Sandon already with a track limit penalty. And Joe's got past him, just noticed. It's a leader. Clarkson, that. Oh, Hasboomer has crashed. He has crashed at the pit entrance. He just lost the car. I just caught that. Safety car is out. But Hasboomer is out. Very strange. He just lost the back end. Coming onto the coming out of Mansell, and he crashed coming into the pits. Crashed at the pit entry. So unfortunate there for Haas. And he is now out. I mean, it's now Soren and Clarkson. Clarkson and Down, who are now on in provisional podium positions. Oh. Don't know if Prince has got a track limit penalty under safety car, but oh well, I've seen crazier things. Of course, viewers, we are now in the tail end of the season, as you'll probably all know. Dot song comes in. Down to 5 seconds. So in theory, we should have, if I can calculate this, 12 races to go, because, well, we now got 3 races per weekend. 4 rounds to go. Yep. Well, of course, excluding this one. 13. It's 13 including this one. But 12 after this one. So, I don't know quite why Clarkson hasn't hit. However, Tier 3, he took those tyres a long way. So, is he trying to do the same this time? Because he could be. I wouldn't put it past him. They now finally catch up to the safety car. So guys, let me know in the Twitch chat who you reckon could win. Nice to see you in the Twitch chat. More importantly, do you reckon Soren can extend out his championship lead, or do you reckon it will shrink? Clarkson does not come in. He's doing a ball 1 at the moment. Prince is now in for a broken front wing. He now goes out again. I'll have a look at the penalty. I might have a look at the warnings, to be fair. Penalties. Prince has already got 6 seconds. So Prince and Sam are the only ones to get track limit penalties. I'll have a look at the warnings. Clarkson has 1. Sky has 1. Soren has none. He's clearly improved from Tier 3 then. Sam Ooh, we got 3 warnings on that one. Christ. Josh has got 3 warnings. I'm guessing one of them must have been for contact. Lots of it's got no warnings. Daryl has got 1 warning. Dougal's got none. Joe has got 2. Navet's got none. RJ's got 2. Prince has got 6. 2 penalties. And, well, Haas, well, he's out, so that's... Oh, safety car's in. That was a short one. Safety car is now in. Clarkson now controls the field. So we now get ready to go. Here we go then. When does Clarkson floor it? Now. Here we go then. Oh, it's a great start for Sky. He's already alongside. They're going to do a 3 wide. Going down towards turn 1. Sky, Soren, and Clarkson. A lot of S's in that. They're already going for it. Does Clarkson try round the outside of Sky? Oh, he spins Sky. And that is... I think that was... Who hit him? Josh, that must have been, because Josh has wing damage. But Soren now going on Clarkson, going down in towards turn 4. Clarkson being very aggressive, maybe a bit too aggressive. Soren gets a good exit. Clarkson runs wide. Soren gets the better exit. They're going to go side by side in towards the stadium section, but Clarkson has got that one. Sam is now all over the back of Lojovic. It's not the first time these two have been battling for podium positions. And Lojovic gets that one done. Sorry, Sam gets that one done. Dugo is now alongside Lojovic. Oh, they're being very, very aggressive. Navet trying to go around the outside of Lojovic. Prince then getting on the curbs. All of a sudden we've seen a lot of action. Navet wide. Lojovic's coming in. Navet's coming in. I'm surprised Josh hasn't, to be fair. Perhaps he thinks he can manage that front wing damage. But now it's Clarkson who leads from Soren and Dugo. But I reckon he'll get a penalty for turning in on Sky. No way was that Sky's fault. Clarkson clearly has not learned from Tier 3. Because that was a very irrational movement. Very irrational. Joe then. Ooh. 2 Ferraris side by side as Daryl's going for it on Prince. You can't really afford to do this because of the championship. Daryl goes for it around the outside, then he gets that one done. Joe off the road as Prince is all over the road. As he now goes for it in that's not really a place to go for it, and RJ now gets through on Joe. Sky is also in the mix. Oh, Joe with a big dive into the stadium section hairpin. Joe now with a penalty. As he track extends on the exit. Oh, Joe. Oh, he did very well to save that. But Sky has now got to run. It's a great little battle for 7th here. Joe is now going for it on RJ. Does Sky get involved as well? Joe, he's got just enough track there to get it, and he's got him now. For safety cars, no, DRS is enabled. Sorry, but of course, not until they reach the end of the S section on this track. Oh, Clarkson has made a mistake through the S section, and Soren is now all over the back of him. Yeah, as I said, Soren has clearly learned from his mistakes in Tier 3, and he is pushing right now. Joe got a penalty, as did Daryl, I think. Yes, he did. Soren's now... Oh, something's happened to Clarkson, because Clarkson is now in the pits. Have his tyres just worn off? His tyres just gone off. They might have. Yep, they have. He's just coming in for the mediums now. So we'll drop him down the order. Joe will get him as well. So Clark's now down to 9. I don't think staying under safety car was staying out under safety car was a great decision. But look who this has brought into. This has brought Dugo into the mix. Interested to see what he can do. Once things all filter out. Well, they don't filter out for this, do they? Because it's a legit battle here. It's a legit battle for the lead. Soren got very much on the curbs there. Did he get a warning for that? I'll have a look. Yes, he did. So, Soren has now finally got his first warning. However, it was much better than his 90 warnings he got in the Tier 3 race. That's how many warnings... No, sorry, 30 warnings, I should say. Sky has now got past RJ as RJ is spun. Was that contact between them two? It might have been. Dugo is very close to the back of Soren. He's got a great exit, but a great entry, but he does not have a great exit. Does he go for it on the German here? Does the Williams? He brakes later, but he's not quite close enough to get onto the back of the championship leader. Okay, he is British. Okay. A lot of British people in this tier. Joe now with another penalty. 9 seconds now. Not looking good for him, looking good for him at the moment. Dugo and Soren still very close to one another. Soren is second down on his previous burst. Well, he was wait, no, he wasn't defended from Dugo, was he? Dugo didn't get close enough. So Daryl and Prince now right together. Daryl trying to get the better exit. I wouldn't go for a move into Mansell though. He tries to get a move out of Mansell though. He gets a good exit off Mansell. He's already got a run. Has Joe. He's going to have a lot more Rs than Prince does. He's now going to go to the inside. He can just use DRS because Prince has no Rs. And he now has got that one. Daryl is now up into 4th. 8 seconds though. I guess that's from his pit lane speeding penalty, isn't it? Yes, it is. So he now is going to go chasing after Sam to try and limit the damage that Soren is causing to his championship campaign. Meanwhile, back to the front. Dark Soren and Dugo. They're right together still. Soren does not get a good exit this time. 4/10 Dugo's got. Doesn't use his Rs this time. Dugo's got a lot of Rs, I must say. And he's now going for it. This new driver is clearly very, very quick and very clean. Round the outside goes Dugo, and he's got that one. He's up into the lead here in Mexico. Great move there from the Williams. Gets that one, and of course he's going to use his extra Rs to get away, which he does to great effect. And Dugo now is going to try and pull away. But Daryl is gaining a lot of time on Sam. Does Sam have like any damage? Sorry. I don't want to do that, man. Alright. Yeah, so Dugo is now very clear getting away. It's very clear that he's quicker than Soren, because he's already built out an 8/10 margin over Soren. So clearly then he was maybe hiding a bit of his pace in quali, because he is now getting away. Second up on his previous best. No, a second on what he was doing behind Soren. Prince now gets another penalty. Duga now fastest lap. No surprise there. Darrell is... Oh, Prince has got past Darrell. Okay. Oh, Prince hits the wall though. Does he go for it? Up the inside. He's going to try and have a go to the inside. I'd imagine it's be pretty easy because, well, Prince has no errors and he gets that one done. How did Prince get back past? Darrell must have had a monumental mistake for Prince to get past. Sorry, Prince. But so Soren is now going quickly again. Perhaps that's just the DRS. That is Joe. Joe has dropped it. I don't know if he reset to track or not. Don't think so. Seems to be alright. Dugo's still trying to get away from Soren, but of course that DRS is so powerful. Soren is pretty much going to be there, but Dugo is in a he's got a good gap as long as he can keep it there, keep that pace up, which he's doing to great effect at the moment. 22 laps to go, so just approaching the half distance. Oh, Soren goes for it. Just noticed that. Side by side between the two leaders. And Soren, that's a great move through the chicane. And Soren is going to have DRS because of that. Dugo has a bit more errors. Does he try and dive it? I don't think he does. He's smarter than that. So Soren is now back through. Using the DRS to great effect. Now goes back through. So Darrell is gaining on Sam now, or at least trying his best to gain. Oh, Prince, he's round. Prince has dropped it from 5th. He's running a good race, but unfortunately he drops it. Sky now's up into 5th. He's still trying to get it turned around. Business says, of course, the safety car. It does not. Dugo is still within DRS range. So can he try it on Soren? He's got a lot. He's got over half a battery more than Soren does. Trying to use a bit more of his urge. But Dugo being patient. He knows he can. So there's a lot of overtaking opportunities. Gets a good exit. He's going to use his errs this time. Dugo, look at the overspeed he's got. He uses that to great effect. Soren tries to stick it around the outside, but Dugo gets that one. Dugo's now back through, using the overtake to great effect. And he's still got over 70% of his battery. Well, he did, but yeah, he does now. 70% of his battery, and he's going at this pace. This is mental. Just imagine what you could do on a push. At a push. Great move there from Dugo. And he's now back through. It's a great little battle between the top two. Soren is having to put up a real fight against Dugo. Dugo is very impressive, I must say. Regarding his cleanliness and his pace. A little bit like Haas and Irish were at Silverstone. Does Soren go for it again? You know Soren's clean. But of course, Dugo was a brand new driver, so he didn't know what to expect, really. Does Soren go for it this time? He's going for it up the inside again. He's using his errs again. Round the outside. Soren sticks it. Dugo gets in the run, but Soren spins. As a result, he gets pinched on the curb. Don't know really whose fault that was. But that's now going to give Dugo a huge margin. They were doing so well. But unfortunately, Soren has been clipped into a spin. I don't know really who to blame there. They could have both been at fault, really. Who's that going slowly? Oh, Prince, what's he doing? What's he doing? Is he trying to retire? What's he doing? What the? What's he doing? He's trying to retire on track. That's what he's doing. What the? Like, seriously? That's not normal. Because that ain't normal. That's not normal. What's he doing? Mate, it's the league. It's not an open lobby. What the? He's about to get lapped by Dugo. Well, he would have ghosted through him anyway. But what the? I don't understand. I am really confused right now as to what Prince is trying to do. Did he try and retire himself and then realised he was in the wrong? And then he remembered our rule about retiring on track? Is that what he's doing? Surely got to let Soren through. He's going to hold... No, well, he's not going to hold Soren up, is he? Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he realised that he was trying to retire on track. And then he remembered our rule about it. Because viewers, if you don't know, our rule now is if you retire on track, it's an instant race ban. Because of what has happened at Austria Tier 3 and Spa Tier 1 respectively. Prince now goes out again. Just Joe dropped it. That's a very weird place to drop it. But Dugo, now he's in clear air. He is starting to pull away from Soren. He's actually pulled away quite a lot, to be fair. So that DRS clearly helped out Soren quite a bit. Dugo, he's doing a Sam Steed at the moment. He's absolutely commanded. Yeah, he's in another league right now, but not because he's in another tier. Oh no, not because he's even on a better tyre. Sam then comes in. The other Sam, he's coming in to change his wing. Now out again he goes. And that AlphaTauri Honda. Soren is just kind of trundling around on his own at the moment. He's in no man's land at the moment because he's slower than Dugo, but he's faster than Daryl. So he's got 16 seconds to space a record. At least 17 actually. Joe now gets another pen. How many pens is that? 15, Christ. Damn. He's going to get close to that danger line that Soren did. I am incredibly impressed with how Soren has managed to bounce back from Tier 3. He's got 2 warnings. 2 warnings. By this point in the race, he had more like 15. Very, very well. Clarkson is now all over the back of Sky. I suspect Sky will probably want to come in very soon. He's been on those tyres for, what, 20 laps now? Oh, there we go. There's finally Soren's first penalty. Dugo has also got a penalty. Clarkson then to the outside. Does he get Sky? Yes, he does. No surprise there, because he's on much, much fresher rubber. So on tyres that have done half the life of what Sky has. Does Sky have a go? Nope, he knows better. Oh, we got rain. We have got rain. Okay. Could that be why Sky was trying to stick it out there then? I now understand. We have rain, ladies and gentlemen. 12 viewers, nice to see you. So, how quickly is the track going to soak, I guess you could say? Clarkson now comes in. That's early. Very early. I wouldn't say the track's anywhere near damp enough yet for the inters. It is getting wetter, but yeah, from what I've seen Sam do, it ain't time for the inters yet, mate. I'm sorry, but it's not. It ain't anywhere near time for the inters. Because Dugo, he's only about 2 seconds off his pace. In inters, you have to be about 8 seconds. Oh, Sammy's lost it at turns 1 and 2. I think Clarkson's tyres are going to overheat very, very quickly. That's just my opinion, but it's a pretty logical one. Only 2.3 seconds off his best was Dugo, and he is still gaining. Still gaining. And that's interval by the way. That is gap to leader. That is mental. The gap between these drivers is utterly mental now. Yeah, I think Clarkson's made the complete wrong choice there. That's Navek, isn't it? Yes, it is, and he is spun on those inters. Lads, it ain't time for inters yet. It's way too early. As Sam is, well, gaining a lot on Clarkson. Yeah, he is. As you can tell by the interval. Yeah, Dugo, he's only 1.9 seconds of his previous best. He's only a tenth slower that lap than he was last lap. And he gained 1.4 seconds on Soren that lap. I'm sorry? 1.4 seconds. And he's still gaining it. Okay, Dugo's now in. Perhaps he's reached the absolute end of his medium tyres life. He's going on the softs. So he is not convinced that it is time for inters, and I wouldn't be. So Dugo now comes into the pits, as does Daryl. Well, Daryl has also done 18 laps on those tyres. Does he go for the inters, or does he go for the softs? He too goes for the softs. And he is now serving his 5 seconds. Sky comes in as well. A very impressive sim from Sky, I must say. 23 laps on those tyres. Very impressive stuff. Now goes out again. So if anything, Dugo's going to be getting a lot on Soren now. So RJ is still out there. He's also done a very impressive stint on those mediums. Yeah, but Dugo is gaining a huge amount on Soren. Nearly 2 seconds that lap alone. Christ. I think Soren is Soren's tyres are definitely going off. Maybe Duga's just a bit better in it. My God. Nearly 3 seconds that lap. Soren stays out there though. No, we can't be trying to go to the end, surely. It's impossible. Joe comes in onto the softs now. He's going with the rest of the field now. Okay. Just under 11 laps to go. Soren is trying to keep it on the road. So Sky is now past Sam, as I would expect, because he is on much, much better tyres. RJ still hasn't pit. And neither is Soren, so they're clearly comfortable out there. Yep. Dugo was 3 seconds quicker than Soren that lap. Oh, Dugo's very wide. Look at how much he's gaining. You can visibly see it. You can visibly see it. He's going to get past him here without Soren even making a pit stop. So you're telling me Dugo has a pit stop advantage on Soren and the rest of the field to an extent? This seems a bit fishy to me. A little bit fishy. Yep, he's absolutely minced Soren there. Absolutely minced him. And he's now past him. Daryl's now past RJ as RJ now comes in. I think we need to try him for tier 3, Dugo. Because yeah. It can't just be the tyres. You can't gain 4 seconds every lap just on tyres. And even before then he was getting like 1.4 seconds. Of course, Soren has a massive gap to Daryl. Massive gap. How does that make any sense? What? 2 seconds behind. That doesn't make any sense. I don't get that, like at all. Should be 31. Soren now finally comes in, as does, I think, Prince in front of him. He's going on the inters. So he clearly thinks the track's wet enough now. It is wetter. It's wetter than it was. Whether that's what Soren was waiting for is yet to be seen, but it does visibly look like it could be intermediates now, because the track is rather wet. Let's see how much time Soren either gains or loses. Oh, Prince with a bit of a snap. He's not really gaining, is he? That is that Dugo? That's Dugo. Dugo's lost it at the S section. So perhaps his tyres are giving up a bit. Because he'll now lose about 15 seconds to Soren. Joe now is out. Does that bring out a safety car? Yes, it does. That is saved Dugo. He now will come in to go on the inters. That surely is now saved Dugo. Drive through for RJ. How did you get that? I don't know how he got that, but okay. So Dugo now comes in. Does Soren come in again? No, he does not. It's going to be close between the two of them. But Soren's going to get out in front. Yes, he is. Soren's now back into the lead. Of course, it's very hard to pass in the wet. I know from experience. In comes Daryl then. He puts on the inters. Sky is also going to put on the inters, as is RJ. But RJ's pretty much out of this because he has to serve a drive-through. Into his box comes RJ. Onto the inters. Every car in the field now is on the inters apart from Prince. Why in the fresh hell has he put on hards? Very weird. Right. So Soren now leads from Dugo. Who has more pens? None. Sky? He has no pens. So he could potentially jump up to a podium position. $13 now. Good job, guys. We're going up and up, which is good. In viewership, as Daryl gets a big tax slapper. Coming out the same section. There's 4 cars. That's Snavet, that's why. Prince is now retired as well. Surprisingly, at the moment, we have more finishers than we did in Tier 3. Just now waiting for the 2 Astons to join the back of the field before we can get going again. Should have 6 laps before the end. Oh, it's David now left the session. I'll invite him back. $16 now. Okay. Cheers for that, guys. Good viewership. Good job. Josh said he thought he wouldn't finish the race, but he's still in it. He's still up there. Of course, I just started that drive-through, so he's, as I said, going to be out of it. Someone who definitely isn't out of it, though, is that man. Tunable, Sky, I don't know how you pronounce it. Safety car's in, so it does not wait for the Aspens. It clearly wants to get going. Understandable. We now get ready to go for the final 6 laps here in Mexico over the weekend. Soren now goes. When does Soren go? Oh, for God's sake! I've accidentally left again. Sorry, viewers. Give me a minute. I really. All right, then here we go. Soren. When does he go for it? He's holding them up a little bit. Oh, he's going for it, but Dugo gets a brilliant restart. Oh, there's Clarkson in the wall. They're going 3 wide. 3 wide. Going down towards turn 1. Who is going to be in the lead? I think that's going to be Dugo. But the 2 championship contenders going side by side. Soren gets barged out the way by Darrell, but Darrell does not get the best of exit. He's on the grass, which means Tunable Sky is now up into 3rd. And in a legit race winning position at the moment, but Dugo, I'd imagine, would get away. So he's looking to be very, very good in the wet. But Sky is still there. Even if Soren is out of it, which he might be, but I don't know. He could be. Because Dugo is just absolutely bolting. RJ now gets another 3 seconds, just adds to his woes. Up the inside goes Sam. Into the stadium. Lodjovic is there as well. Oh, Darrell trying to up the inside, but again he's going to stick a such missed opportunities. Going side by side with Josh, the previous Ferrari driver. Here comes RJ now. Josh gets another pen, but Sky is now all over the back of Soren, and they've actually gained a lot on Dugo. So perhaps this fight is not over. Does Sky have a go now? Up the inside. Into turn 4, not quite, but Sky is doing enough at the moment to take this win. Dugo is not extending the gap like he was in the dry, or in the dry to wet. Perhaps he's not as comfortable on the intermediates as he was on the dries. Was a very good end to this race though, if they can keep it together. Short reviews. Does he now go for so? Oh, Navik. Oh. Very odd. Oh dear. Don't know why. Now it's apparently in spectator cam. Four laps to go then. Dugo is still not doing enough to prevent Sky from taking this win. Either way, it's going to be a debutant who takes the win, but which one will it be? Will it be Dugo or will it be Sky? Because Sky is, both of these guys have shown they've got great pace. will that be it? But will Dugo's pace be enough to keep these two behind? Right now it's not. He's saving up his ERS though, I suspect, for a last lap charge. Oh, Soren a bit off the road. He's within DRS range, but of course they don't have DRS in these conditions. Oh, Sky with a bit of a tank slapper. 3 laps to go. And the 3 of them absolutely together. Of course, Sky's got a lot of ERS, and he's using a lot of it down the straights as he locks the rears a bit. Gets a little bit slidey. Coming into, what's it called? Turn 1. Turn 1, 2 and 3, I should say. 2.4 now, 2.5 Dugo's got. So I think Soren is holding Sky up a bit. I think he is, because Soren is looking like he's only going to be 3rd today. Because he's going to be beaten by 2 rookies. He's still going to extend the margin to Darrell though, which is the crucial thing. To extend it by a further 8 points, because of course the pole point. Oh, he's trying it. Sky is all over the back of him. 2 laps to go. Soren goes very wide through the chicane, through the hairpin. Sorry, I keep calling that a hairpin. Here comes Sky. Then does he have a go now on Soren? 2 laps to go. Oh, that's Darrell. Darrell's out. Darrell is now out, so he's gonna score only 2 points now. He's gonna lose more points to Soren. Side by side between Sky and Soren. Does Sky get a good exit? Not particularly. And now Dugo has the gap between these two. Dugo is now starting to use his ERS. I think the track drying up again. Is the track drying up again? It's not raining anymore, so I think the track's drying up again. It's a very interesting predicament. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the track's starting to dry up again. Is that why Dugo is piling on the pace now? Because the track is going back to dry again. Dugo was exceptional in these crossover conditions. But of course this time it's the other way around. Coming on to the final lap now. Dugo is looking like he may have this one in the bag. Well, we activated the ERS a little bit early there. It's looking like Sky is going to be 2nd and Soren is going to be 3rd. But Sky is going to make sure he does not get a penalty. Sky is going to use all his ERS now, but so is Soren. Does Soren go around? Does Sky go around the outside? No. Soren has got to get a good exit. Sky does. Soren does not get a good exit at all. DRS has now been back enabled, but here comes Sky. Does he go for Soren now? Yes, he does. Soren is running out of ERS. Sky goes wide. Soren's going to have a go round the outside. He should have more grip out there, but he's still side by side. Side by side between Sky and Soren gets pushed off the right, but he's still there. Surely he gained an advantage by going off track, but he concedes. So that will now mean that. Oh, and he gets another pen as well. But meanwhile, here comes Dugo. He now goes off the track a bit, but he's got enough in hand to beat Sky, I believe. Sky has gained all the time, but I think Dugo has done enough. Dugo has clearly had the better race pace. His qualifying didn't show much, but his race pace has been phenomenal. Dugo wins in Mexico. Sky then is going to be 2nd with Soren in 3rd. Sam then comes home in 4th. Logivic in 5th. Josh is then in 6th. Who will be 7th? Because I don't know how many pens RJ had. RJ will be 7th, and Navek will be 8th. But Dugo does it then. He does it for Williams. Driver of the day then, Tunable Sky. No surprise there. So Dugo does it. It's a rookie 1-2. Dugo, Tunable Sky, and Soren make up your podium. Soren then with another podium there to extend the championship lead. Sam then takes the fastest lap, and Soren of course got the pole. Alright. Are the other two going to join?
Hello.
Hi. Are the other two going to join? You got swamped by rookies, mate. Jesus.
Yeah, they had a really good both of them. Well, I don't know where Tunable Sky came from, but Hugo at least. It was great fun.
Ah yes. Oh, I'm going to join. Right. Come on. I'll be a no then. Right. Well, yeah, so we'll move on to, well, the interview, I should say, because there's only one. Alright then, so, yeah, so Soren there, you for the first time in quite a while in Tier 4, you were vastly outmatched out there between Dugo and Sky.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say really outmatched, but Hugo was a little bit faster than me, just a little bit, but it was more than enough to win this race, which he deserved, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and like I said, I didn't know where Tunable Sky came from, but he had a really good pace in the wet, and no penalty actually, which is quite good as well. Which would have given him the second place stay, even if I would have stayed up front.
On that subject, you vastly improved your pen count from Tier 3. You got a fifth of the pens that you got. So I presume you worked quite hard to improve on that, considering it was well a bit embarrassing that you got disqualified from the Tier 3 race for that matter.
Yeah, I think in the Tier 3 race I got like 1 or 2 penalties more. I think
3 penalties more.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had the wrong setup in the Tier 3 race, and my car was very oversteering all the time, and I worked on the setup more than practice, but it paid out in the end. Very happy. Unfortunate with another 3-second penalty I got in the end, but still overall I'm very happy.
Yeah. Well, and finally the championship. It's all going your way at the moment, because you've extended it by another 13 points. So extended by another 50%. So do you reckon you could win it in Saudi? Because it's certainly looking that way.
Well, like you said, it's all going my way right now. Still can happen anything. I just saw in the end that Daryl retired 2 or 3 laps before the end. I don't know, and it's very unfortunate. Yeah, but if it stays this way and I can keep on getting podiums, maybe maybe wins again. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I can win it earlier this season before the end.
Yeah, it'll be I think it'll be a full house on F1 2021 for having no championships that go down the final round. Well, I think I have a feeling. Well, it's not like tier 2 might, but still, that's it then from us from Mexico. Next week we return to COTA in Austin, Texas, for for another one of the hype end tracks. We'll see then if that influences anything. But yeah, tier 3 then will be at quarter to 10 UK on Friday, of course 4:45 EST. Then tier 1/2 now, as it's known, will be at 7 on Saturday or 2 p.m. EST, and then we'll be back then for tier 4 at 8:30 on Sunday and 3:30 EST. But for now, I've been TRT AdeF1. Fingers crossed I'll get a co-com next weekend, as Scar and Ryan are raring to go, but they unfortunately could not be here tonight. So that's it then, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.